is Mark Waid, writer of Superman Birthright, and you're listening to Krypton Report.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's
The Krypton Report.
I am your host, Tyler, and welcome to Krypton Report, a podcast dedicated to all things Superman, Supergirl. We're going to look at the Supergirl TV series, as well as the Krypton TV series, anything that has to do with the characters in their world. Comics, movies, TV shows. We will talk about everything and anything. We are part of the Southgate Media Group podcasting network. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Krypton Report. You can also email us at kryptonreportpod@gmail.com. If you get a chance to go over to iTunes, Apple Podcast, please leave us a review to help us get better. You can find me personal at JTY Patrick on Twitter and everything else.
Hey, Funky Fresh for season 3. Season 3. I labeled that wrong.
Welcome, Phil, to the Krypton Report, sponsored here on the Capes and Lunatics channel. It is I, Tyler, the main voice behind the Krypton Report. So, how's everybody doing tonight? We just got to watch the season 3 premiere of Supergirl, and I'll tell you right now, Phil, just real quick, I'm pumped for this season.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but I think tonight was one of my favorite episodes. It was up there with
yeah, and I'll tell you quick reasons. Let's see. There was no lame, just excess, over melodrama with Alex. It was just good drama.
I like the part. I thought you were gonna say no Monel.
No Monel. There was no overhyped DEO fill-in, and there was no Guardian, so that was kind of nice.
Oh yeah.
But
they mentioned
we'll kickstart this off here. Yeah, they dropped his name, which you can name drop all you want. I'm fine with that. I did not like the opening scene, as far as the, how did you put it, the MTV music video that was being shot.
Yeah, I was live tweeting. I was like, is this the premiere of Supergirl or like a music video?
And I like once it cut to her flying, because I told Janine, I was like, I love the Superman, Supergirl shot of them just flying with their eyes closed, and they hear something, the eyes open, and they take off. I love that. I love that once it kicked in, and she just flew down. I was really happy to see her in action. It feels like they're shooting it darker. Just the blues look darker and everything. And Jania said the same thing that you did. Her hair does look blonder.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, the best part about that opening shot, scene, whatever you want, music video, vignette, whatever, is we got to see Erica Durance as Allura.
I know they went for that.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna have to wait for that for a while. They went for that right out of the gate.
Straight out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But man, I don't know if I buy the Mon-El Kara love story as much from her side. I mean, I can see him.
Yeah,
more in love with her, but I don't know if I'm buying it from her side.
Do you think? Yeah. I mean,
so
you really think
rough.
you really think she'd be that heartbroken after they weren't together that long? And yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I don't see them as the ultimate couple.
Yeah, they ain't me and Jania and Phil and Danielle. You know what I'm saying?
But
they just want to be.
But yeah, I mean, we already got Erica Durance as her mom, so I wonder if they're going to do the holographic mom again this season. And if they're he's got a super.
Yeah, where'd that go?
Oh, I wonder if we'll get it now.
Where'd that go?
If it'll be Erica Durance.
It would be nice. It would make sense. I mean, to keep it the flow, to just keep her as the idea.
Because she really get like a speaking part tonight.
No, I'm hoping like they'll figure out something like
maybe a flashback.
What if her mom is actually in the? Well, what if her mom's in the Phantom Zone?
No, could be.
And Mon-El's in the Phantom Zone.
Mm-hmm.
And like when Kara like closes her eyes, because like I remember in Smallville they talked about like Jor-El did the Phantom Zone, but only a member of the House of L could open it from the inside to get out. So like that's how Clark was able to get out. What if there's something where a member of the House of L is tied to the Phantom Zone, and she's like sensing her mom and Mon-El are there? I don't know.
What if that's not a dream? What if somehow they're like trying to contact her or something? Good idea.
I do like. I mean, it's dumb, but the robber, like, I love the shot of them, like the Gatling gun shooting her, and I'm just like, is this robber from out of town? You know, because I'm like, just like, hey, Supergirl's here. Let's skip this town. Let's go next door. Well, let's go to Bloodhaven.
Well, I mean, the whole thing with the Gatling gun and even her like floating overhead, I got like a really Superman Returns vibe tonight.
Okay, so that whole scene reminds me of Superman Returns. Now, jumping ahead, the boardroom scene reminds me of a scene that probably got cut from BVS. Because I just feel like there should have been a scene of like Luthor and Bruce Wayne and BVS talking about Superman, the cleanup of Metropolis after the alien invasion. There should have been some it's like that was a scene idea that was there. But you know what my favorite part of the beginning was?
What?
I love the new title card.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan. If you're going to use title cards, changing each season as a season identifier. So we had the first season that had a title card. It was changed for the second season being on CW, and now they've changed it again, and I love it. Like Supernatural does it, and it really helps just keep track of where you are. Arrow sort of did it, sort of does it, but it's weird. It's like the first two seasons were the same. The third season had the emblem. Season 4 was supposed to be more green. But I think season 5 was still the same as season. I don't know. Like they tried. They suck. But that made me excited.
Thursday for season 6, they'll have a tally scorecard. Who's dead? Who's alive?
Oh, I'm actually really excited for Arrow season 6.
Oh, I am. So
side note, just because I really did enjoy season 5. It had its side steps, but that's recovering from 4. So, well, I'm excited to see where they go.
I can't wait for the Flash tomorrow
night. Now,
night.
Wynn did get the best line. What?
I said Flash tomorrow night. I cannot wait.
Oh, dude. We'll hold that conversation for tomorrow.
Oh, yes. Tomorrow night. Join us right here for Flash.
We'll be back again.
Same time.
Wynn got the best line when he said, Kara went from Little Miss Sunshine to Alex.
I know.
And they were... And then we got the board scene. We got introduced to Morgan Edge.
Yes.
We got to see him right off the bat, like
Adrian
going after, like, and like I said, this episode played out a little bit differently than I thought it was. Spoilers. This is a talk review. But did you remember in the New 52 when Morgan Edge bought the Daily Planet and it was like Edge Media or whatever that Clark and them worked for, and Kat went off and started her own like internet thing.
Well,
Clark went to work with her later on.
Well, I know,
and that's where I thought they were going with like Morgan Edge to be a into the media, but nope, that didn't happen.
Well, I just wonder if there was even what was it back in the 70s? Morgan Edge kind of had I think he kind of bought that all out, and like he put Clark on as a TV reporter. I saw someone on Twitter even saying, "I wonder if he's going to do that to Kara."
Yeah, I hope not. Because, Did you, what do you call it? I like how the Cat Grant cameos were all on TV.
Like
the Callista Flockhart.
Nice and easy to film from out of town.
They probably filmed it in her living room. She just sitting there on the green screen. Like, this is great. Now, did you, Phil, notice that the channel was Channel 3?
Oh, no, I didn't notice. I was probably had my head down live tweeting, but Channel 3.
Yeah, which is weird because, I mean, we always know that in Arrow, Flash, it's always Channel 52. And then Supergirl is Channel 25.
Uh-huh.
because and now it said Channel 3, and I wonder what the significance of that is behind the third season, or something. I don't know. We keep my eyes peeled.
Third Kryptonian.
Yeah. I do hate to see, like, I like Lena. Like, I just want to give her a hug. Like, I will be besties with Lena. I'll be like, let's hang out. Like, and Kara's just like pushing her away. And I mean, this episode had a huge arc with like Kara. We're skipping around, but like quits. Lena ends up buying Catco. Then Kara's gonna try to go back to work. We'll see how that plays out. But I mean, I really want to see more of Lena because I feel like she's that character that could go either way, and that's what makes her more interesting.
Well, didn't they bump her? Didn't they bump her to season regular this season?
Yes. Yep.
And then
so and is Bloodsport an actual character from the comic? Because I could not remember, and I didn't get a chance to look it up.
There was actually two of them. There was this guy, the black guy, and then there was like a white guy later who's funny. It was like he was like an Aryan Brotherhood guy. So like they at one point the two Bloodsports like went after each other
for Bloodsport, and that's where we got the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
It would be awesome because I'm trying to remember if they both had this or just one of them, but like where like at least one of them had like a teleporter built into like his hand or something where he could like teleport guns from his arsenal and just
that's sweet.
I think it was the
he sounded familiar, but I just could not remember when.
I think it was the black one. One of them shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet. He actually had to go have surgery.
What am I? As the next scene is where she goes to see Jimmy, and they do a great scene of her flying in, landing as the camera moves and changes to Kara, and I thought that looked really great. The way she just flew in, changed to the car, and talked to Jimmy, and once again proved my theory about how does she wear her costume under her clothes. That's the deep question that we're asking. All fans to email us at kryptonreportpod@gmail.com, tweet us, kryptonreportpod, because how does she wear that under her clothes?
I told you my theory, she doesn't. It's super speed.
She actually has it like in her glasses. She just like pushes something, shoots out her glasses.
She needs a I was gonna say she needs a costume ring, but Barry doesn't even have that yet.
Okay, so there's the one scene that Lena's talking to Morgan Edge, and it seemed like Katie McGrath's English accent slipped out a couple times.
You bloody wanker! You're not getting the plan.
I was like, wait a minute, did that slip?
Could, I guess it could. But it's like, then what do you do? Another take?
You're like, crap, I just leave it. No one will notice. Yeah.
This is a Kevin Smith movie.
They make the comment where they like, Supergirl, Kara Danvers lost her boyfriend, but technically Supergirl lost her boyfriend too. Like, we have she refers to herself as Supergirl, Kara Danvers, but she never refers to herself as Kara Zor-El. Like, I kind of thought that's where she was going to go in the scene where she's talking with Alex, and she's like, "You're Kara Danvers."
That was the best acted scene of this episode.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, you could feel the tension with the two sisters. You felt for them. You were just there, and like I was waiting for Kara to kind of say like, "No, I'm not Kara Danvers." She's like, "I'm not even really Supergirl."
I just love that whole. She's like, "I'm not human," and.
Because it's the same thing that people forget when it comes to Clark Kent Superman. Clark is not Clark Kent. Like the Clark Kent that everyone sees is a fake, is an act. Superman, in a sense, is an act too. The only time he's really himself is when he's Clark, but he's like, I think the only time we've ever really seen that scene on film, kind of thing, is in Superman Returns when he's there on the farm with his mom. Where he's not rushing off to save the day, and he's not the bumbling buffoon. he's just being the person that he is. And I think that's where I was kind of looking for this scene to go with Kara, is her being like, I'm not Kara Danvers. You know, that was something I had to become. That's my human side. That's what I had to become to be human.
Yeah,
and I'm not really Supergirl.
She had to overcome that more because he came here so young. He really didn't remember Krypton. She came. How old was she when she? I mean, she was what?
I think it's like 15 or 12. Okay. 12, because they said she's been here for 15 years. Later, is what it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, she was when she crashed. I think she was supposed to be 12 in this series.
In the show, yeah.
Yeah. We get so they're having Supergirl Day. Kind of remind me a little bit of Flash Day. Just want to throw that out there.
That statue.
I love that banner that they had hanging. The giant curtain of Supergirl. That was really cool to see, just floating there.
But that statue, one, it reminded me of the Black Canary statue, but not as bad. And two, was that supposed to be steel? Was it a girl statue of steel?
Yeah, because it said "Girl of Steel."
Yeah.
So that would make sense. Mm-hmm. That it would be steel. It'd be stupid if it was lead or aluminum foil.
But that whole attack, I was waiting for something to happen to Maggie, because didn't they say she's?
So was I. Okay.
Well, didn't they say she was like reoccurring this season? Like she's not a season regular.
Yeah.
I'm like, because after after that whole thing with Kara and her telling Alex, what would you be like, or what would you do if you lost Maggie? I'm like, oh, here it comes. She's gonna save that little.
I mean, I just felt it when they were doing. They were talking on the comms. They were like, my dad can't come, and they were making up. I'm like, you're just setting her up to die. I'm like, that is what's going to happen.
Maybe
here in a minute, she's going to die.
She's either.
And then I was like, okay.
Well, unless she dies later in the season. But all right, here's my thoughts on the wedding. Because didn't they say the big crossover is going to be focused on Alex and Kara? What if we're getting?
They did.
What if we're getting 2 weddings for the price of 1 in that crossover? Barry and Iris and Maggie and Alex.
Good idea.
Supergirl's part 1. That's going to be that. That's going to be that wedding that night, and Barry and Iris are going to be the wedding the second night. You're going to get a wedding both nights.
Or they're going to intercut them together.
So it's going to be like wedding.
So they're going on
I don't know. Do you think they would marry
at the same time?
Yeah, but would they marry Alex on a show other than Supergirl, and would they marry Barry and Iris on a show other than Flash?
But it just kind of it depends, because they're doing it.
Yeah, but
the way they've pitched it is it's supposed to be a crossover where it's just 4 parts, not so much like last year where each part was an episode of the show that tied in.
But I mean,
I'm kind of waiting to see how they do it. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but even look at the DVDs we got this year. The crossovers, you only got on each set. You only got that series' episode. So if they do that next year,
exactly. So
I'm thinking they're going to keep the weddings to their shows. The crossover is going to be Supergirl's part 1. There's the wedding, and then the attack starts. It continues on Arrow, and then the next night, Flash. You get that wedding, more of the attack, and it all wraps
or
up
they
on
just
of tomorrow.
Or they drop it and they just
or less.
Well, I mean, technically, it would wrap up on Arrow, wouldn't it? Because
no, they're moving Arrow that week to Monday after Supergirl, so that's what.
Yeah, that's right.
Monday, Supergirl and Arrow, and then Tuesday is Flash and Legends.
And then Flash or they'll just take that whole crossover and just release it as a DVD, Blu-ray,
and
it won't be.
Unless on Supergirl
it'll be a special edition.
What if they didn't say anything about Maggie. Didn't they say the crossover focuses a lot on Supergirl and Alex? What if they attempt the wedding and Maggie gets killed in that first part? By some
and then Alex asked Barry to go back in time. She asked Barry to go back in time. He's like, I can't do that. And then Alex has a vendetta against Barry for no reason.
Or she's just she's
Alex
weeping at his wedding because she sees what she can't have.
And then she shoots Iris at the wedding.
No,
she is.
Sound like my son. No.
All right, let's circle back around. We got to meet Ruby, who's the huge Supergirl fan, whose mom, I guess, is going to be Rain.
I guess.
Because her, like, I'm pulling out my comic to reread about Rain, but I just don't want another Davis Bloom story.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
gonna
don't
say.
want this to be the Davis Bloom of Supergirl.
So does she not realize she's Kryptonian then?
Is she like really Kryptonian, or is she like some?
I can't remember.
Man, I'm not even, my head hurts.
I can't remember that
because I don't. Like I said,
that much.
I remember like
But
part of it was like they're changing it for the show, so it's like, all right, I'm not even gonna try.
But I'm saying on the show, does she not remember she's Kryptonian? Does she not care? Is she trying to hide it?
Was she raised in an orphanage? You know,
And
was that her ship that got activated or whatever, thanks to Morgan Egg bombing the sea?
And is that girl?
But I did like that Kara had the sub. She flew out of the water with the sub on top.
The Hunt for Red October, yes.
That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Put me down, Lassie.
But no, the thing about Rain is that girl her biological daughter? Because if so, she's half Kryptonian then.
Like I said, it's going to be something. So we'll see where they take that, because we have that final shot where you think it's Kara dreaming of her mom again, but Alora turns around and has like a scary vampiric monstrous face, and it's Rain that wakes up.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why is Rain dreaming of Kara's mother? But I mean, even though they've recast, weren't Kara's mother and aunt twins? So could that not be Kara's mother Rain's dreaming of, but her aunt? Could Rain be Kara's cousin? Another cousin?
That would be kind of cool.
On her mother's side?
That would be cool. We also got to expand family.
Mm-hmm. She has.
So,
mm-hmm.
When we get Alex asking Jean to walk her down the aisle, which was, even Nia was in tears. So that was a really good episode. I mean, we didn't get any Martian Manhunter, which was kind of nice, to be honest with you. I mean, we got to see his eyes glow red. Mm-hmm. I hope they don't pull a Gotham. But the first episode's awesome, and then the next one sucks because they brought back Barb. But I just want them to. We know how, like we talked about before, season 3 of Arrow started good and then just went down the crapper, and then that because of that had fallout for season 4. Season 3 of Flash was like started out good, then Savitar got to be redundant, and then Barry was Savitar. It was in the crapper. So we don't want season 3 of Supergirl to fall into this pattern.
Well, what could possibly go wrong? Come on now.
The man whose name makes no sense.
Monel.
I was going to say they should make a Ha'el story and send him back as a destroyer and a villain, and Kara really has to kill him. And that'll send her over the edge.
Yeah, she's already on the edge now.
But I liked it. Like, I mean, I'm excited for this season. My biggest is what do you call it? The reveal of just whole Kara is just. I like the idea of her leaving Kara Danvers behind.
Yes.
And moving into just being Supergirl. And they started that, and then I'm hoping that when she tries to go back to Catco, they won't let her back.
Well, I don't know.
Like,
now that her buddy Lena's running things, so I'm sure she'll be back. But I was surprised. She told Jimmy she quit. Or is Snapper gone? Are we not getting Snapper this season?
Well, we got the line. They said Snapper was gone on sabbatical.
Oh, did he? I missed.
So I was like,
that too. Okay. Yeah,
I was like, yep. So there we go. That's quickly writes out him out of the show for however long they want him to be gone.
So
he wasn't working as a character.
Well, they really didn't flesh him out. I mean, they bring him in like every other episode just to say, Danvers, this is crap,
Yeah, I mean they didn't do anything right with him. So of course no one's gonna like Snapper. You didn't even know what you were doing with the character.
That's what I'm wondering. I wonder now that Lena's in there and she's like, I don't know how to run it. She's like, you can't quit. I don't know how to do this without you. Is like Kara gonna be like what Snapper was last season? Is she gonna take his position?
And would that make Jimmy angry and set him off?
Mm-hmm.
And because he's like, you didn't even care about this until
What if Jimmy goes back to like staff photographer and Lena gives Kara his office and job?
See, that's what I'm talking about.
See, instead of a man, Kara has to juggle Supergirl and like this big executive position.
Man, I'm thinking.
Oh, but you know what? Adrian Pasdar killed it as Morgan Edge, and now that we got Morgan Edge, get some real inner gang in here.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought they were going to go with the Blood guy.
Yeah, Bloodsport. That's what I was hoping for, but I mean, thanks to the Justice League movie, we're probably not going to get Darkseid or Apocalypse, but let's get some inner gang in here.
Let's get inner gang. Let's get Mongol, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That's why I always say Mongol.
Well, we don't know where Mon-El was at, so that's where he could be.
Hopefully getting beat up like a little something.
B-word.
So yeah, I'm pumped. I'm waiting.
I told you tonight's episode was one of my favorites. I mean, it's up there with like when Kara met Barry for the first time, and it's not a good episode. It's up there. It's probably my top 3 or top 5, man, for this series.
I liked seeing her more of like the angrier and like serious, just to what do you call it? To go back with
not
what we've already seen before.
Not so really. Oh golly gosh! I mean, that was pretty cool. I think she toned it down a little bit, but I still like how she left Morgan Edge on that ship in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, dude, that was great. I was like, man, she's just gonna leave. Like, we're both blah blah blah, and I was like, man, don't leave. And then she like leaves, and I was like, yes. I was like, that's right.
Because I mean, she really can't punch him; she'd kill him. So yeah, that just like stuff like that, leave him stranded on a ship in the middle of the ocean. That is
so. I don't know. Anything else you got?
I don't think so. Just everyone, if you're watching us on YouTube, and you should be, join us back here tomorrow night, 9:15 p.m. Eastern, for our review of the Flash premiere. I cannot wait. Me and Luke are chomping at the bit.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so amazing.
And it won't be as dark. They said it's going to be lighter than last season. Thank goodness.
That's all that matters.
Oh yeah.
Is it's better than last season? I mean, last season started interesting, and then it just went weird.
And our big bad, not a speedster.
Yeah, that makes me happy.
Nice.
I don't know what that means, but it makes me happy.
Yes.
So we will continue this conversation tomorrow, Phil, when we discuss.
Heck yeah.
Flash. Man, I'm tired.
All right. Well, let's wrap this up then.
Please, please, please send us a message with your thoughts on tonight, with anything going on Supergirl-wise. I mean, it's just, what are your thoughts on Kara's hair and Mon-El and his name? You can get us at Krypton Report on Facebook. Twitter is Krypton Report. KryptonReportPod@gmail.com. And then, of course, Capes and Lunatics. We're all connected. It's one big happy family here at Southgate with a few cousins that are redheaded, but not really. But we call them the forgotten cousins. You know who you are. Not Phil.
Thank you. I was going to say, if you can't remember any of the other social media, just remember Capes and Lunatics @gmail.com or our voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And we'll filter it to the right team. All right.
Till then, remember, Look up in the sky. And remember, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Krypton Report. You can also email us at kryptonreportpod@gmail.com. If you get a chance to go over to iTunes, please leave us a review to help us get better. If you're an Amazon shopper, just remember you can go to southgatemediagroup.com. There's a portal, log into Amazon, and you'll shop into your account just regular, but it also helps keep all the podcasts on and helps keep Southgate running. Remember, look up in the sky.